What's good, YouTube land? That we're Collector here, bringing you guys a review of the WWE Elite Collection Seth Rollins figure. More specifically, from WrestleMania. 2 years ago, so that'd be WrestleMania 31. I've been eyeing this guy for quite a while, and I finally picked him up today. Mostly for that right there, but we'll get into that in a bit. Obviously, you have the figure of Seth Rollins right there. Because of, I guess there's some explaining to do, but Seth Rollins in 2015 won the Money in the Bank, or I guess 2014, and held it all the way until WrestleMania when he cashed it in and won the WWE Championship, or WWE World Heavyweight Championship it was being called at the time. So this figure comes with that Money in the Bank briefcase, which is really nice. I do like having extra gimmicks to play with when I'm playing with my action figures. So you got the current WWE logo, the Money in the Bank logo. You got a nice picture of Seth Rollins right here holding the title over his left shoulder. This was a time where Seth Rollins still had the blonde highlights in his hair, which is horribly recreated here, but we'll get more into that when we actually open the figure. Got Seth Rollins running up the box. Got a black and white shot of Seth Rollins. That same picture from right there, right here, but like a taller shot. Like a black and white, and it's a taller shot. But you got the same picture down here. I know people hate manual camera adjustment, but I don't care. Right there. And on the back, you got a shot from that WrestleMania where he won the title. So like he's holding the title, and he's like, "Yeah, I just won the title." And I remember specifically he swung the title around his head, which was pretty cool and memorable. It's got Brock Lesnar's side plates on it because he beat Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match that wasn't originally a triple threat match, but all the fans were so against Roman Reigns winning that they included Seth in it at the last moment. And it gives a little brief blurb about what was going on at the time. So, zoom down a bit. Seth Rollins walked into Levi's Stadium in San Jose for WrestleMania 31 with more baggage than most superstars. That extra baggage was the Money in the Bank briefcase that he'd been lugging around, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to cash in. After stunning defeat at the hands of rival Randy Orton with one of the sickest counters, Randy Orton countered a curb stomp into an RKO, which honestly was awesome, but also Seth, it didn't look right because Seth jumped like standing up, which is not how he normally executes a curb stomp. It looked like it was being reversed. So it was a bit obvious, but it's still a major moment that's basically the only counter to a curb stomp in the WWE series of games right now. Became the first in Rollins fans may have been disappointed, but Mr. Money in the Bank was just getting started. In a show-stopping move, Rollins became the first superstar to not only cash in a briefcase at WrestleMania, but to do so in the middle of a match. Having suddenly turned the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, boo, I actually like Roman Reigns, match into an epic triple threat, Rollins curb stomped both opponents to take home the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. On WWE's biggest stage, Seth Rollins picked this moment and proved to the world that the future is now. And then it says it again in French because this is Canadian packaging. Everything has to be in English and French. And then you've got WWE.com, just some warnings. and some more stuff on the back. You know, I've taken up way too much time. I'm just going to speed up and get him open. So, here he is, open up and out of his packaging. We're going to get him out of the way for a split second. And you got a nice shot of WrestleMania as the background for this figure. I really like that. Like, you got the fireworks going off. It looks like you're standing in the ring. You can see the crowds of people. It's black and white. It looks awesome. Let's get it out of the way. So here is Seth Rollins with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the Money in the Bank. So we'll go into the main figure before we look at his accessories. It's a very... okay, it's a generic WWE current mold for action figures. For example, here he is compared to the Dolph Ziggler figure that I reviewed a while ago. They're basically the exact same mold, shoulders, like the exact same muscled out mold, just with slightly different bits. But yeah. So here's his head sculpt. It is like accurate to Seth Rollins' hair at the time. Like you can see the bleach blonde highlights he had at the time. I swear, like they try to do like really sculpted hair, but for some reason it never looks very good. You got his beard here, which is a lot more black in this than, say, the photography used. See there, his hair, his beard's a bit more light brown, maybe dark brown, but whatever. You know, you don't buy these figures for how they look, really. Like, in my opinion, like you buy them for the, like I buy them for the accessories and because it's and because of the character. Like I don't care how it looks. If it's Seth Rollins, I'll believe it's Seth Rollins. He got his black gloves on, which I guess he was wearing, and he got the Seth Rollins logo on his crotch with the gold striping, gold around his knee pads, and his solid black boots, which are really solid. Like, this is a solid mold. I'm not surprised WWE or the people they're outsourcing the creation of the action figures to are using this for every single figure. Like, it is a really solid design. So articulation wise, his neck, his head feels like it's on a ball joint. Like you get quite a bit of waggle. You're I'm WWE champion. See, I don't. You can look up that far. You can look down about. You can't really look down. That's about straight. He can tilt his head a little bit, and you can get a full exorcist swivel going. Shoulders are a series of hinges. They can go 360 that way, then go out about that far, straight out. So you can go there. You can see the hinge in there. You get a bicep swivel. You get a single jointed elbow, which has approximately 90 degrees of range to it. I heard a click in there. I don't like that. His arms are a little loose, like I think they're just using friction, but you can hit them and they go. Wrist, he does have a wrist joint, which also on a separate hinge for in and out sole, so he can do things like that. He can look at his own hand for some reason. I don't know. Alas, poor York, I do not have the skull. But, yeah. His other hand is pretty much the same, except it's in an enclosed fist, so that's rad. He's got an ab crunch, and it can go back about that far, it can go in that far. That's pretty good. That's really all you need. You got a waist swivel, You got hip joint that goes that far, and obviously it's blocked by the ass, so it can't really go back. You got the thigh swivel, the sculpt destroying thigh swivel. There, it goes completely around. You got a knee bend, which isn't really hindered by the knee pad. That's nice. You get a really deep bend. You got a boot swivel right there. And you've got a pin, I don't know what kind of, just a hinge, I guess, on an ankle, with a bit of ankle tilt at the bottom, so you can tilt, you can look horrible. Like, I don't even know what he's doing there. He's spazzing out pose or something. But he is CrossFit Jesus, so whatever, take it how you will. But yeah, he's a standard WWE action figure with pretty good posing. But I bought him for this, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I swear I needed a toy of this. Like, it's very... Like, this is one of my favorite of the current designs. So much so that they used it 4 different times. But no, I like this one the most. Because it looks really cool when you see, like, the full $450 version. Like, like, the tricks it does with just not having the gold plating here work really well. And unfortunately it doesn't have Seth Rollins or Brock Lesnar's side plates, but just generic WWE logos. Here it is next to my old spinner design, which came with Sheamus that I bought. Oh, Jesus! How out of frame was that whole thing? I wasn't even paying attention to the camera. But yeah, here it is next to the previous incarnation, the spinner title, which everyone hates, but is my favorite WWE title. That's the one I grew up with. That came with this guy that I got. I didn't buy, but got a few years ago. This guy, I think, came out when Sheamus first won the WWE Championship from John Cena in a tables match, which was about, I think, 2011. Which the match had a really all of a sudden finish. Like, all of a sudden John Cena put Sheamus on the top rope. Sheamus pushed him off. He fell through a table. Like, a very anticlimactic ending to a match, but still, it came with him. Come off to the side. Stand, Sheamus. Sheamus isn't standing right now. There we go. And here it is, I guess, with the IC title that came with Dolph Ziggler. So now you got 2 of the WWE's main titles in their current iterations. Now, if only they released, I don't know, a Goldberg or Kevin Owens with the Universal title, and maybe a brand new United States title. That would be nice. And some Raw or SmackDown tag team titles, because I would like to have more tag team. Like, I would like the tag titles brought back. Yeah. And you also get the Money in the Bank briefcase, which is plastic. And it actually does open. That's a cool gimmick. It's just a simple 2 pieces of plastic with a hinge right there, but the logoing is nice. It's not a sticker. At least I think that's painted on, but that looks really cool. And let's see, he can't really hold it. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Let's see if he can hold it. Oh God, I'm destroying his thumb. But there. He can hold the Money in the Bank briefcase. Let's see, he can hold it above his head while I wrap the title around his waist. Because these titles are designed to be worn by the wrestlers. So let's see how. Come on, where? There we go. There we go. There we go. That looks really cool. And I'm pretty sure that's everything about this toy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you want more wrestler reviews, because I don't do these very often. Like, WWE is one of my favorite things to watch, but I don't buy the toys that often. And when I do, I make sure to review them. I think I have a few videos on my channel of like reviews of loose figures. Like I did something back when I started like pulling action figures out of a bag, and I think I reviewed some of the wrestlers I have. But let me just feel free to tell me if you want more, and I'll be happy to do more, because there's one I want that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. That comes with 3 of the titles. He comes with the Smoking Skull, the Attitude Era, and the Winged Eagle. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you. I might buy it anyway, but I want you guys' feedback on if you want to see it, which was really convoluted and a roundabout way of saying that, but oh well. Yeah. Until next time, keep it weird.